This is a joint public safety committee meeting. Today is November the 26th. The time is 1:10. Our first item of business is review and approve the minutes of October the 22nd, 2024. If there are no addition or corrections to the minutes, we will entertain a motion to approve as written.
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, for first item is going to be item number 2. And Detective Feist, can you call up item number 2 for us, please?
Yes, Madam Chair. Item number 2 will be sidebar 2929 7th Avenue South, Birmingham, Alabama 35233. Justin Cantor.
Okay, can you state your name and address for the record, please?
My name is Justin Cantor. I didn't hear you both.
Address for the record, please.
2929 7th Avenue South, Birmingham, Alabama 35233.
Okay, Detective Feist, any incidents at this location?
No incidents, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Roderick McCall, are they good with tax and license?
They are current.
Okay, all right, Mr. Lowe, do they meet zoning requirements?
Property zone B2 General Business District, and they do meet zoning requirements.
Okay, this is a new business for you?
My business is new, but Sidebar has been there for 10 years, so we're just transferring me from the old owner.
Okay, so you met with the Southside Community October the 1st. 2 were in attendance, 2 support, no opposition. Can you tell us about Sidebar?
Sidebar is a volleyball venue that also serves drinks. During the weekends, we stay open until 2 a.m., so it'd be 5 to 2. But during the week, it's 5 to 12, which is predominantly volleyball.
Okay. Councilor Williams, do you have questions?
No, I'm pretty familiar with the place, but I didn't know we were calling ourselves a volleyball location.
It's a,
I got I motion to approve.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, that item passes the committee agenda, and my staff will be in touch with you and let you know when it goes to the council for a full vote. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Detective Fikes, can you call up the next item, number 3, for me, please?
Yes, Madam Chair. The next item will be Park on 6. That's going to be 3012 6th Avenue South, Birmingham, Alabama 35233. Jeffrey Wiseman.
Okay, the owner, can you state your name and address for the record, please?
It's Jeffrey Weissman. It's 3012 6th Avenue South, 35233.
All right, Detective Fikes, any incidents at this location?
No, ma'am.
No incidents at this location, ma'am, but we do have a discrepancy with safety plan.
I'm sorry, what was that?
The safety plan, I want to ask a few questions
Okay,
about.
so Detective, Sergeant Knight is going to ask you some questions about your safety plan. They have
Yes,
some
sir.
Yes, sir.
questions.
I looked at your safety plan. It's pretty, security. You're expecting the people who rent your place out to provide security?
Yes.
So you as a business owner, you wouldn't require that as part of them renting that?
I will require whoever rents the space
Okay.
to have probably an off-duty police officer.
How many people does this place hold?
That's the question that we're trying to come up with. I'm waiting for an occupancy. I've been waiting for architectural drawings of the space.
Okay.
It's going to be somewhere between 49 and 98 maximum.
Okay, do you have your own parking lot?
There's parking in front and there's street parking. It's already been approved by the parking people.
Okay. Okay, I just think the safety plan right there need to be redone. And until that, I think we need to hold off, until we get a better safety plan.
Okay, what do you need on the safety
I
plan?
need more details about safety plan, who you're gonna have, the security or police, what you're out, It's just pretty simple here. You're not telling me enough about, providing safety for people when they rent your place out. I
Right.
wanna see more, on your safety plan. I'll get with you after the meeting, okay, and show you what I'm talking about.
Okay, that'd be great.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, so in light of
Sir,
that,
sir,
I'd like to, you want to do it
hang on for a second.
delay till the next? Okay. So in light of that, I'd make a motion to delay until the next public safety meeting, and at that point, you can have resubmitted your safety plan, in which our business compliance unit will be able to look at.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so I want to get with Sergeant Knight to update your safety plan and just make sure that it meets the requirements that the city is requiring and the Public Safety Committee. also is requiring. So we will revisit you again on December the 10th.
Okay.
That's the next public safety meeting. My staff will be in contact with you and just talk with Detective Langford and Sergeant Knight, the compliance unit, to bring that plan, you know.
Okay,
Okay.
that sounds great. Thank you.
Detective Fikes, can you call up the next item for us, please? Item number 4.
Yes, Madam Chair, the next item will be Climax, 226 18th Street North, Birmingham, Alabama, 35203, LaKenya Lowe.
All right, ma'am, state your name and address for the record, please.
LaKenya Lowe, 226 18th Street North, Birmingham,
Okay.
Alabama, 35203.
All righty, Detective Fikes, any incidents at this location?
No incidents, ma'am.
All right, Mr. McCall, are they in good standing with tax and license?
They are in good standing.
All right, Mr. Lowe, does the applicant meet zoning requirements?
Property is Zone B4 Central Business District, and they do meet zoning requirements.
Okay, this applicant met with the Fountain Heights neighborhood on October the 22nd. 8 were in attendance, 8 supported this venture. Can you tell us about your business?
Yes, ma'am. It's going to be a lounge for the LGBTQ community. Nice, more than likely going to be like a 23 and up spot. After work hours, cocktails and light bites. When I have like small events or something like that, for us the light bites. But that's about it. Just a nice lounge spot for the LGBTQ community.
Okay, and just briefly go over your public safety plan with us. I have reviewed your plan, so I just
Yes,
want you.
ma'am. So I have, of course, I have a certified security guard and police officer. Cameras will be at the egress, and the cameras will be at the egress and entrance and exit, and also in the inside and at the bathroom doors. We have exit lights for the exit spot in case anything happens. That's basically it for the security plan. We have security on hand and police.
And what are the hours of the business? What hours will you be open?
Looking at 5 p.m. to 2 a.m.
And what days will it be?
Right now, 7 days a week.
Okay. 7 days a week, okay. Sergeant, you all had a business complaint, had an opportunity to review her safety plan?
Yeah, I looked at a safety plan. I had a question about, okay, you got your hours, you explain your hours, your security guards, you have 6 when the crowd exceeds 65 or more. So,
I turned in the new one.
okay.
So it just depends on the crowd, but I'll have one for sure, and then depending on the crowd, I'll up the security.
So what's your standard security that's gonna be there, no matter what the crowd is? You said 60, you said 6 or more when the crowd exceeds. What about when the crowd is 10 people? I mean, what's your standard for security? Is it 1 security, 1 police officer?
Correct.
1 and 1?
Yes.
Okay, so your crowd, okay, so that's kind of hard, but if your crowd exceeds, how will you know when it exceeds? You'll have people on standby to come in?
Correct.
So, okay, you'll have that many people on standby. If it gets out of control, you'll have people ready to come in and,
So I have a security company
okay,
that I work closely with,
okay.
and so that, yes.
Okay, so, okay.
Yeah, just get with Sergeant Knight and kind of just review your plan, just make
The
sure.
wording of it was kind of off a little bit, the way you
But-
got it worded, yeah.
Like I said, I turned in another one, but I'll get with you.
Yeah, and make sure you update the committee as well, so I can provide Councilor Williams and the other committee member a updated plan, so we can have that on record.
Okay.
Councilor Williams, you have questions?
No, I don't have a question, I have a comment. I'm very familiar with Ms. Lowe, and everything she does is top-notch, and I know that she got some phone numbers of people in uniform that she can get if she needs to, if that crowd exceeds whatever it is. So, make a motion that we approve.
Second, all in favor, aye. My team will be in touch with you and let you know when the agenda will go to the council for a vote, but just get with Sergeant Knight and just send my team, and then so I can provide the committee members an update, public safety plan, so we can have it on record.
Yes, ma'am, I'll do that.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Have a
you.
good one. Detective Fikes, can you call up the next item for us, please, which will be item number 5?
Yes, Madam Chair. Item number 5 will be Shangri-La, 4500 Montevallo Road, Suite 103B, Birmingham, Alabama, 35210.
Okay, can you come up to the mic and state your name and address for the record, please?
Hello,
Hello.
it's my dad's restaurant. His name is Yang Ling, and the address is 4500 Montebello Road, suite number 103B, Birmingham 35210.
Okay. Detective Fikes, any incidents at this location?
No incidents at this time.
Mr. McCall, are they good with taxes and revenue?
They are in good standing.
Okay, Mr. Lord, does the applicant meet zoning?
Zone B5 Mixed Business District, and they do meet zoning requirements.
All right, the applicant met with the Crestline neighborhood on 10/24/47, was in attendance, one opposed, 46 supported. Can you tell us about your restaurant? It's called the Shangri-La, what's it called? Shangri-La?
Shangri-La.
Okay. Can you tell us about your restaurant?
Like, describe what it looks like, or?
No, like, your,
I can describe the restaurant because it's been there in District Two for a long time. Probably as long as I have been alive, maybe. I don't, you might have to fact check me on that.
Oh,
but
I'm just
I
new here,
remember,
so.
yeah, I remember growing up and getting Shangri-La. But, great restaurant. Y'all have been a great member of the community and, thank y'all. I don't know why we're transferring, a beer and wine license, but y'all have been a great member of the community and thank you for running a well-established restaurant in my district.
Thank you, yeah.
I have a motion to approve.
second, all in favor? Aye. All right, your item passes the council committee agenda, and we will let you know when it go on to council for a full vote.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Detective Fikes, can you call up the next item, item number 6?
Yes, Madam Chair. Next item will be RK Spirits, 4567 Pennsylvania Parkway, Suite 102, Birmingham, Alabama, 35215.
Okay, state your name and address for the record.
Ravinder Kalra, 4567 Pennsylvania Parkway, Birmingham.
Okay. Detective Fikes, any incidents at this location?
No incidents, ma'am.
And Mr. McCall, is the applicant in good standing with taxes and revenue?
They are in good standing.
Mr. Lowe, does the applicant meet zoning?
Property Zone C2 General Commercial Business District, and they do meet zoning requirements.
Okay, this applicant met with the Echo Highlands on November the 7th, 15, were in attendance to oppose a support. Councilor Williams, do you have questions for the applicant?
No, I have a motion to approve.
Second, all in favor, aye. Okay, sir, that item passes the committee agenda, and my staff will be in touch with you and let you know when it goes to the council for a full vote.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next item for me, Detective Fikes, is item number 7.
Yes, Madam Chair. The item number 7 will be Lags Eatery, 4350 Third Court South, Birmingham, Alabama, 35222. Eric Wallace.
Okay, is the applicant, can you state your name and address for the record, please?
Hey, Eric Wallace, 4350 Third Court South, Birmingham, 35222.
All righty, Detective Fikes, is the applicant any incidents at this location?
No, Madam Chair.
Mr. McCall, does the applicant, are they in good standing with taxes and revenue?
They're in good standing.
Mr. Lowe, does the applicant meet zoning?
Zone CB2 General Business District, and they do meet zoning requirements.
Okay, I don't see a neighborhood form in here. Okay, Detective Williams, can you tell us something about this business? Could you tell us something about
Yeah,
the business?
it's, we're a new business. We're actually reopening an old restaurant that I grew up working in. And it's mostly a diner. We're open at 6 a.m. We just opened last Wednesday. 6 a.m. till 10 p.m. And, yeah, we're just trying to open up what we can serve.
Okay, I'm talking about Detective. Councilor Williams, do you have questions for the applicant?
No, but I do pass by your location every day on my commute, and I'm excited to see the community's excitement about, there seems to be a lot of people there, and it seems to be well received, and I'm glad that something is being done with that spot, that we've needed something done at that spot. So I have a motion to approve.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, that item passes the council committee again.
Thank you.
And we will be in touch with you when you go to the council for a full vote. Thank you. Next item is item number 8. This is a special event for Cafe Is LLC. And it's for a special retail liquor less than 7 days. Can you state your name and address for the record?
Stuart Reed, 3325 Rocky Ridge Plaza, Suite 100.
Okay, tell us about this. Is this the Art Blink
The Art
Gala?
Blink is a fundraiser for the hospital, Kirkland Clinic. What I believe, my wife would be answering this, but she had a medical emergency, so I'm in her stead. This will be like the 7th or 8th year in a row that we have catered and provided liquor to the event. And it's just a one evening a year.
Okay, Council Williams, you have questions for the applicant?
No, but I've also, like so many applicants today, been a fan of y'all's work, and y'all have catered several things that have left me very full and happy. So, motion to approve.
All right, second, all in favor? All right, that item passes the council agenda. Okay, we're gonna go back up to item number 1.
Thank you.
Detective Fikes, can you call item number 1 for us, please?
Item number 1, Madam Chair, will be Privilege, 2312 First Avenue North, Birmingham, Alabama, 35203, Molly Bronson.
All right, is the applicant here? Only the applicant. State his name and address for the record. The applicant, please.
Dan Crane, 9609 Parkway East, Birmingham, Alabama, 35215.
Okay.
Madam Chair, my name is Sheila Smoot. I am a business.
Hang on for 1 second. Let me just hear from the applicant. All right, Detective Fikes, any incidents at this location?
No incidents, ma'am.
No incidents, okay. Mr. McCall, does the applicant meet, in good standards with taxes and revenue?
They're in good standing.
Okay, Mr. Lowe, does the applicant meet zoning?
Property zone B2, general business district, and they do meet zoning requirements.
Okay. All right, Ms. Smoot, I'll allow you to speak.
We are going to have the gentleman introduce him. He's, just so you know who's here. I'm Sheila Smoot. I am the small business consultant for Mr. Crane and this particular business. I'm a licensed real estate agent and for the last 12 years, and I'm a licensed planning and zoning official for the state of Alabama. And I've also represented several cities in this space. I'm currently the business consultant for this particular applicant.
Yes, to introduce myself, Savion Nehemiah, acting manager of Privilege.
You tell us about this venture for the Privilege.
Yes, Privilege is an entertainment space that's catered to mature professionals, and it also has a space that's dedicated to corporate events or corporate sponsored events. It's about 4,500 square feet. It has 130 seating spaces. The spaces in there are booth U-shaped seats, which encourages the patrons to sit down and socialize. It's more sitting in the space than anything, and it serves cocktail drinks, and it encourages adults to professional adults to come and socialize after work events and work time.
Okay, you reported to the Central City, you attended the Central City neighborhood on 10/15/24. It was 102 people in attendance, 56 opposed, 5 support, 5 no recommendation. The reasons for the opposition, they state safety, noise, crowds, traffic concern, food trucks close by that do not clean up, trash, additional comments attached, so. Just have like criminal concerns, report incidents involving an owner of the applicant in an armed confrontation at the location of the business, experience of residents with significant number of calls to BPD, safe room, lounge, bar, large number of security guards, 6 planned calls concern about the clientele, the applicant, removal of sound damping between the locations, just traffic, just numerous. So I'm just gonna just routinely just go through this. Is anybody here to speak for or against this item? Those that are here to speak for the item, I would allow you to come up. You only have 3 minutes to speak, and those that are against the item, 3 minutes to speak. So let's step y'all out the way and let the people that are for the item speak.
Do we sit?
You want me to go last? You want to speak first?
Madam Chair, thank you very much. I'm going to speak first for the item. Number one, thank you very much for your time today. I'm very excited to be here. It's been a minute. I don't come often. In regard to the new business, I do want everybody to understand we are talking about privilege, and I do understand, Madam Chair, that you are relating another business that is not affiliated with this at this time. Privilege is a new application. That's number one. Number two, so those incidents need to be off the record, in my opinion, because that's not even close to this location. Number two, the business is a mature professional networking locations for ages 25 and up. It will have various times that it's open, 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. Also, there are several other businesses around it. This particular business in general, in that location, has not had an incident. I know there's been several residents that are behind me that will speak to that. But there is nothing on the record. And let me repeat, there is nothing in the physical written record that has Mr. Crane associated with anything. As we all know, Quest had 100 complaints on the record.
We're not here talking about Quest today, Ms. Smoot. We're
Yes,
talking
ma'am, I'm
about
just
privilege
referring
and-
to that. I'll move on.
Okay.
And
So
there are other.
let me just say something here. I know that privilege is a new application, and that's what we hear for the to hear it as a new applicant, but.
Yes, ma'am.
I would not have anybody in this public safety hearing talking about Quest or any other clubs that we talking about privilege
Yes, ma'am.
today.
Duly noted. I'll move on. Other businesses also are in the area. You do have a current business, and we do have video of that business, and if you would like to see it, we will approach you and let you see it privately if that would be. There's a new speakeasy that just opened directly across the street that was supposedly a restaurant, so I won't name names. It's directly across the street from Privilege. It also has speakers. It has blocked off the public sidewalk. It has all kinds of things, and now they have a
Ms. Smoot,
speakeasy.
we are still referencing businesses that does not have anything to do with privilege.
Yes, ma'am, Madam Chair, I will move
want
on.
to hear about privilege and privilege only.
I will move on, Madam Chair.
That's why
Thank
we're
you.
here for privilege. So please stay in the course of the lane and let's talk about privilege. If you are here to speak for privilege, just tell me why, you support
Wonderful.
privilege.
I
Thank
will
you,
move
ma'am.
on,
I
Madam Chair.
appreciate that.
Thank you. I'm here to speak on privilege because I think that this business is a good business. I frequent all of these businesses on a regular basis myself. I raised all of my money to go to college by doing businesses like this. I currently host Business in the Black at Uptown Jazz, which is also a networking professional, also an event at Prime, Champaign. But this particular business is going to the next level. It's taking it to a more higher city level, things that you would see in other major cities. But these professional businessmen and some women that are not here today are having a business that will play to basically the mature professional networking crowd where they can have business conversations. It is a atmosphere where there's mainly sitting. It is not a dance club. It is not a crunk club. It is not a hip hop club. It is a professional atmosphere with professionals who like to be entertained with mainly conversation, friends, girls' night out, guys' night out, professional sororities, fraternities, events, nonprofits, and the like. It is a pretty upscale business. Most of it will be inside. There's not a whole lot of activity that will be outside. Again, a lot of corporations have already rented this space and will continue to rent this space. And also, a lot of the nonprofits will continue to rent this space. Also, Dan Crane is an upstanding businessman, a very well-known attorney, and gives back to this community on a regular basis. He's also a donor of many of the nonprofits that are around, and so he would run a tight ship. I would go to any of his businesses. In fact, I've been to all of his businesses, and I am a frequent customer of everything that Mr. Crane does. I don't think you will be disappointed at all, because if so, I would not risk my own self being in a location of that magnitude. I want to thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Ms. Smoot, appreciate it. Next speaker, state your name and address for the record, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shannon Shelby.
Pull the mic up.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shannon Shelby from Birmingham, Alabama. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in the city, work for Barnes and Associates, Realtors. I am business partners with the business owners in terms of real estate, have a long-standing relationship with them. The name privilege with itself, it's a privilege to be able to walk into those doors and to be a patron of that establishment. I myself am a part of several organizations, social clubs and things of that nature that would like to host events at the new established event space named Privilege. The business will do good. The business is for young professionals like myself. I do believe in removing myself from certain environments and placing myself in better environments, and Privilege is an environment that will be a safe space for myself and other young professionals.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name and address for the record, please.
Well, Madam Chair, my name is Tashik Nehemiah. I'm a professional here in Birmingham, Alabama, in human resource space. I believe that Privilege is not only a great space, a safe space, but it is well secured. And I believe that only professionals will be coming to this establishment, such as myself, because that is who we are promoting to and who we have in mind first and foremost, and to keep them safe and to make sure that they have a good time in this downtown area. Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Crane, I do have a question for you. I have reviewed your safety plan. I've heard several, I think Ms. Smoot, did you say the age limit was 25?
Yes.
Okay, I see 21 on your safety plan.
Yeah, I think we have to change it.
So
to
that's a
25.
typo, I assume.
Yes.
Okay,
I
so
apologize.
we'll make a notation that, after reviewing your safety plan, the age limit is 25.
Yes. Thank
Okay. All right, business compliance, do you guys have any questions for Mr. Crane?
No, we don't.
Okay. All right, Mr. Crane, have you and Ms. Smoot to take a seat, and we're gonna see
Thank you.
those that are against the item to come up, to the mic. Can you state your name and address for the record, please?
Yes, my name is Evelyn DeBar-Laban, and my address is 2301 First Avenue North. It's directly across from this place.
Okay.
I'm here mainly concerned about the fact that an owner that was previously in that place is part of this one, and he came, Mr. Kramer came to our meeting, and just like what you said about, well, it says it's 21, and he's saying it's 24. He kept repeating the same kind of stuff at the meeting, where it was, the hours were different than what he said. And when someone would complain about something that happened, he would either say, like if I said, the police said that once the people left the facility, that you were no longer responsible, well, he would say that's just hearsay, as if, we're in a court instead of, speaking. And I was very concerned also about what he's saying is, sounds nice and everything, but there's nothing that's going to require him to do all this stuff. Unless I'm missing something, he can change and let 18-year-olds in, or 21-year-olds in, So based on past experience with the gentleman, that concerns me quite a lot. I signed up for the mayor's initiative for my block, so I've been cleaning up around that block, and he made a statement that they didn't share with the other, I'm not going to name names, the other bar that was concerned, but with another one down the street where there is no concern. But I can assure you, I work late hours, and I would walk on the first floor where I could see the bars, and they were sharing the same people. And then when the bars closed at 2, then the people would leave and they'd go behind our building, and nobody made them move on or anything. And I actually, when I first moved here, I had, my sister had that loft for a long time, so I'd visited quite often. But when I moved in, I had to work for 6 months going to Montgomery, and I'd come in really late. And so one day when I came in, it was right before 2 o'clock, and when they let the people out of the bars, they lined up their vehicles. There was about 20 of them, and they did donuts right
But
there in
we
front of
talking about something totally different. I'm very.
I understand, but we're talking
Hang on,
about
ma'am,
one of
hang
the
on for
owners.
just a second. I'm very familiar with what you're speaking of, so the only thing that I want to hear people come to this mic is to tell me why you against privilege opening up, not a former club that was there, and I'm familiar.
Well, as I stated before, I'm concerned that the owner stated whenever somebody finally would say, this is what happened, he said, well, that's why I backed off and didn't do anything with them, because they weren't, doing exactly what we need to do. So, my concern is if it was anybody else, I wouldn't, just like you said, this is a new club, but it's an owner that was previously involved with the club that was there. That's what concerns me.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next speaker, please. State your name and address for the record, and let me just reflect again. I want to only hear your comment in relations to why privilege should not be open. I don't want to hear anybody tell me anything about what was there, somebody spinning cars in the street. I'm talking about what we currently have before us now.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Bobby Lewis, 2313 2nd Avenue North, Birmingham, 35203. I live very near this location. And many of my neighbors have the same concerns. When the previous place moved in, we had the same story given to us, and by one of the owners of this business that we're hearing this time. I think we all have concern that this is a neighborhood where a lot of people live. This is going to create a lot of traffic problems. There certainly is a potential for a lot of noise, a lot of unusual carryings on. Even though the owner has had no incidences at this location, I understand the owner has had some incidents at other business that he has owned. So we're concerned that this same set of people that were involved with the previous business may carry on and do the same sorts of things that we've seen with the previous business. So that's why so many of our neighbors were concerned and showed up and voted against having this sort of business downtown in that location. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. State your name and address for the record, please.
Stephen Cottrell, 2015 First Avenue North. I think the main thing is safety. And what we're talking about here is, in the past meeting, the city council meeting, they were discussing like veterans and armed guards and security, that the measures that they were taking to keep everyone safe. That's what you said. We don't want to open a place that requires that type of security. I mean, it's not needed for that. And then another thing is, like, what I heard in the October 15th meeting is totally different than what I'm hearing today about privilege, about what they're doing, about what they want to do, about who they are, about their hours. We really can't get any straight answers, and we really don't know what's going on. We know what it was in the past. We don't want to talk about that. What's it going to be now? Are they going to use the sidewalk? Are they going to take up 4 or 5 spaces like what happened in the past? So we don't know, and that's, we're concerned with the safety of the street. It has been, it's been very nice the last 6 months, and I'd hate to see it go back to where it was without us at least being able to say, hey, we're concerned with our safety.
Thank you. Next speaker, state your name and address for the record, please.
Billy Conley, 2229 Morris Avenue. I'm going to repeat a little bit of what has already been said. There's been many inconsistencies in what we've been told as far as the business of Privilege. The main thing, though, I want to mention is this is a highly residential area. And so for a lounge coming into this area, sharing the same building with some of the people in this room that live there, and many people, there's people that live above this business, across the street from this business, heavy residential area. Not sure of the hours of operation. We've been told several things, but I know for some days of the week it'll be open till 2 a.m. when many of us, or most of us, are trying to sleep. As my dad said, nothing good happens after midnight. And this is our neighborhood. And for a lounge with potential problems coming forward, because of the history of the previous owners and their other businesses, that's the only thing that we can judge it on. And so we live there. This is our homes around this. Some of us have children that lived here. And this is not a business we want in our neighborhood.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next speaker, state your name and address for the record, please.
Hey, Mark Westfall, 2321 First Avenue North, so directly across the street from business as well. First of all, thank you for listening and for what you guys do. It's difficult to know what we're going to see because it hadn't been opened yet, and I love people opening up businesses. I hope they thrive. Obviously, what's been stated is the concern is 4,500 square feet is a large lounge, and 2 a.m. is pretty late for corporate people to be out partying. So we're concerned it's going to be like everything else that's been in that space to date. And that's all we have to go on. And it's been blue lights every night in the windows, loud, cantankerous street racing. I mean, it is what you think it's going to be. Now, is this going to be it? I don't know. His history doesn't bode well. We want to give people another chance, but we're just concerned about this area. And this, I think, 4,500 square foot lounge in the middle of the loft, it's really a loft district area. Just doesn't fit. So go somewhere where it fits. It doesn't mean it doesn't fit anywhere. It doesn't really fit here. I mean, would you want a 4,500 square foot lounge across the street from your house is really what you have to ask yourself, because that's what's on the street. It's all lofts on the top levels below a few ground level businesses. So that's what we're concerned about. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you. Mr. Crane, can you come back and let's try to clarify some of the things that I've heard. But I do want to say, you know, I do a lot of traveling. I'm going to let my colleagues say some things, and I go to places like New York, D.C., even been to Huntsville, in a mixed-use district area, stayed in a hotel that was right next to bars, eatery, where I can walk out the hotel, people up all time of the night. I'm a professional, and sometimes I'll be out past 2 o'clock in the morning. And I heard people talk about cars racing up and down the street. I think the city and Operation Night Rider with our new chief, interim chief that's coming on board, interim chief Michael Pickett got a real good grip on street racing. I got to give them kudos to that. But, you know, I don't think that Mr. Crane or anybody here, myself, Council Williams, or any of us can be blamed or can stop people from driving their cars at a high rate of speed. You know, when I look at mixed-use development, I do a lot of traveling, D.C., New York. Love to go to New York, and I often stay in Manhattan, where I'm in hotels where I could walk out the hotel, go to somewhere to get me something to eat. Even going to New Orleans, where I stay on Canal Street, where it jumps all night long. Mm-hmm. And so that's just a point that I want to, make. You know, you got Lakeview. I frequent Lakeview. You know, clubs in Lakeview, and people I know live in Lakeview live literally across the street, from different little establishments in that corridor. Right. And so I just want you to talk about your business hours, because I've heard people say they don't know your business hours. Are you going to be on this sidewalk in the street? So I just want the record to reflect, that.
Yeah, so the interesting thing is everything is inside. And during the neighborhood association meeting, I repeated many a times what time the business hours were. The business hours Monday through Friday is 5 to 12 p.m. On Fridays and Saturdays, it is 5 to 2 a.m.
Okay.
And I did clarify that for the record maybe 10 or 12 times.
Okay.
Madam Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
I could wait till after everybody says what they want, if you prefer that, so I can rebuttal on some of the items. You kind of covered some of it. But what is your preference? Would
I'm
you
gonna let
like me-
Council Williams, I haven't given him opportunity to speak to the item.
I'll be very brief on that rebuttal. First of all, just to a couple of people, you are in the urban core. When you move to an urban core, and being across the country myself, there's an expectation that you already know. I was around when that loft community first started, and it was known at that time that the people that come down to an urban core are generally going to hear ambulances, sirens, things of that nature, not because it's a whatever, because the hospital's right there, number one. But number two, the new applicant is a new applicant. I would ask that they just stay on target, as you have suggested to all of us. It's not the same set of businesses. You can't control the homeless population. There are 12 restaurants between First and Second Avenue North with outside seating, some of which is not zoned properly. I'll leave that up to the experts in this room. I'm not going there. Also, for corporate people, we're just talking about patrons, and also in regard to the security, the armed security. This is not the Gestapo. It is a noted security, but it's to keep the patrons safe, mainly the ladies walking to their car. So it's not an armed situation where we think some thugs are gonna, that's not that spot. I think they're sometimes getting that confused with another spot that we all know had those issues, and that has been cleaned up. And there have been no formal documented complaints from upstairs. The neighbors are on top. That's not been the case. Thank you.
Thank you. Council Williams.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Two things. I have a motion to vote no, but move this to the full council. The two reasons I'm voting no are this. One is because of the hours of operations just described by Mr. Crane are completely different from what is in the safety plan. The safety plan's hours of operation state that this business will be closed on Monday. Tuesday through Saturday, it will be open from 5 to 12 a.m. And he just said that it will be open Monday through, it will be open all days, and then on the weekends up till 2 a.m. So that is remarkably different from the safety plan. But the other is I typically vote with the neighborhood association. When I see this many citizens of any of the 99 neighborhoods come out and ask for something to be or not to be in their neighborhood, I typically take heed of, not typically, I historically have always taken heed to that. So based on that, the neighborhood's assumption, or not assumption, but the neighborhood's opposition by vote, in the sense that it might be a creation of a nuisance to their neighborhood, I'm going to ask that we move this to the full council, and my recommendation is no. Now yours is yes.
All right, Mr. Crane, I am going to, I had this similar situation to, my colleague is entitled to his opinion, I'm entitled to mine. I am going to not vote with my colleague on this, but I am going to move it to the full council for a public hearing and let the full council decide.
Thank you.
All right, all in favor? Aye. Aye.
Thank
Okay, so Mr. Crane, my staff will be in touch with you. And just look at your safety plan, give us an updated plan, hours of operation, just make sure that Council Williams get a copy of it, the committee, other committee member, and the full council gets a copy, so you can email either Treese or Greg the updated plan, get with, the compliance unit and give them, an updated safety plan. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. We're gonna reconsider item number 8, and I'm going to withdraw that item, for consent approval. So we're gonna motion to move
Motion to reconsider.
to the full all in favor?
Aye.
All right, so that motion moves to the full council, for the council to consider, because he was not a part of the application process.
I have a motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Y'all have a good day.